Okay, I am testing the city chambers audio. This is a test. Please check and see that the video matches the audio and that there's no distortion in the audio. Thank you very much. This has been your regularly scheduled audio test. That's where I was. Well, right now. Yeah. My aunt mentioned that on Forward and on
Hello, welcome to the June 15th, 2023 Zoning Administrator Meeting. My name is Fernanda Roveri, Principal Planner for the City of Monterey, and I'll be acting as Zoning Administrator today. Jennifer, would you mind announcing staff members present?
Yes. Members, staff first. We have Principal Planner Roveri serving as the zoning administrator, Senior Associate Planner Schmidt, Associate Planner Buggert, and myself, Recording Secretary Cleary. And I will also use this time to announce that members of the public are encouraged to join our meetings via Zoom Gov, a secure service that connects you live with no lag time. This meeting is also streamed live on youtube.com/City of Monterey with a 10-second delay and Comcast channel 25 with up to a 90-second delay. If you would like to provide public comment, please join the Zoom meeting using Zoom or by telephone, making sure to join in time to accommodate delays. To join the Zoom meeting from a computer or phone, use the link or phone numbers on the agenda posted at isearchmonterey.org. Since the meeting has started, you'll find the agenda under the Recent tab. To join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864 toll-free, then enter the webinar ID. The webinar ID for this meeting is 160-666-5889. Once again, to join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864, then enter the webinar ID 161-666-5889. If the first phone number does not work, please try another. There are more listed on the meeting agenda. If prompted for a participant ID, press pound. Detailed instructions for using Zoom are available at monterey.org/public meetings. To provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. To provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. Public commenters will be announced using their last 3 phone number digits or the name typed into Zoom. Public commenters will be muted until it is their turn to speak. Please turn off TV or computer speakers or go to another room while connected, as background noise interferes with the broadcast. Public speakers will be called upon in order of hands raised. There is a 3-minute time limit for today's meeting. Please stay within that limit.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now let's move on to the consent agenda. And the only item on the consent agenda is item number 2, the May 18th, 2023 draft minutes. Jennifer, do we have any member of the public who would like to make a comment on the minutes?
There are attendees present, so just a reminder, to provide comments via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of the screen, or to provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. I do not see hands going up online or in person.
Okay, I then will approve the minutes, the May 18th, 2023 minutes as submitted. That's the end of the consent agenda. Now is the time that the public may speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any subject which is within the jurisdiction of the Monterey Zoning Administrator and which is not on the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to make a comment on anything not on the agenda?
Once again, to join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864, then enter the webinar ID 160-666-5889. To provide comments via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen, or to provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute. Still no hands are going up.
Okay, I will close public comments for items not on the agenda and will proceed to the public hearing portion of the meeting. Item number 3 is the first public hearing item. The title of it is Consider 857 Cass Street, Variance Application VA 230073, to allow a covered parking variance 3 uncovered and 3 covered spaces required. 10 uncovered spaces proposed / existing for conversion of existing commercial office building to 3 residential units and 1 ADU. Applicant Merritt Hawley, map architect. Owner Hawley Charles B. Trust et al. CO-ES zoning district. Commercial land use designation exempt from CEQA per Article 19, Section 15303, Class 3. Do we have a staff presentation?
Yes, thank you. My name is Chris Schmidt. I'm a senior associate planner for the city. And I've been working with the applicant on this project. So yeah, we're looking at a variance to eliminate the covered parking requirement in anticipation of this housing conversion project.
Oh, I didn't see if you shared your screen.
I
Just,
did.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Thanks.
So the staff recommendation is to adopt a resolution improving the variance. Just some background information. The site is zoned C2ES. That's COES. That's our commercial office district and has an emergency shelter overlay. It's located at the corner of Cass Street and Davis Lane, and it is generally surrounded by office uses, as well as there's some single family uses to the east of the project site, as well as some other multifamily uses on the southeast side. So the project description involves the conversion of the existing office space. It is an existing 3,115 square foot 2-story office building, and it would be converted to 3 residential units and an ADU. The applicant is requesting to eliminate the parking requirement of 3 covered spaces. The requirement for the development would be 3 uncovered and 3 covered spaces. This site would maintain 10 existing parking spaces. Just some further background information. This site was approved in 2022 for mixed use. The applicant had previously proposed converting the upstairs. This is a 2-story building, as I mentioned, the upstairs to 2 residential uses, and then the downstairs would stay as commercial office. They've since pivoted and decided they would like to convert the entire building to residential. So here's the site plan for the site. You can see all of those parking spaces. They're directly off of Davis Lane here. The building, Cass Street is on the left and Davis Lane is on the bottom side of the site plan here. And you can see the building is kind of pushed all the way back into the back of the existing site. And that will be one of the reasons the staff is supporting the variance here. And that one of the specific reasons is because the supplemental regulations to the C districts has this one provision for accessory structures, which states, except as provided in this subsection, non-residential accessory structures shall not occupy a required front or corner side yard or court or project beyond the front building line of the principal structure on a site. No accessory uses shall be permitted offsite. So what that means is, of course, any sort of accessory structure, including covered parking structures, can't occupy the front or corner side yard, but they also can't be in front of the building line. And so what you'll see here, the applicant did kind of a parking study that shows where they could potentially locate some covered parking, but it would still be in front of the front building line here. 2 of the parking spaces would not meet the setback here, as well as the side yard setback, as well as the corner. And then if they met the corner side setback requirement. So staff is supporting because this is a pretty special condition associated with this site. This is one of the few buildings along Cass Street that is actually set back to the rear of the site. So that is one of the reasons staff is supporting today. It is worth noting that the staff did receive a public comment from Teresa Del Piero, who owns the adjacent building at 871 Cass Street. She opposes the project due to concern for families with children who may be in danger of injury from cars leaving their parking lot. They own the lot that is directly south from the proposed project site. They had less concern with the prior use permit that involved mixed use. And then they also oppose the ADU except for use as short-term rental, which short-term rentals are not allowed in the city of Monterey. So in order to approve the variance application, the zoning administrator must make 3 findings. The first is that because of special circumstances or conditions applicable to the subject property, including size, shape, topography, location, or surroundings, strict application of the requirements of this ordinance deprives such property of privileges enjoyed by other properties in the vicinity and under identical zoning classification. And as I mentioned in the presentation, the special circumstances include the existing building siding, but also the lot shape, which would prevent covered parking from being in an appropriate location. As I mentioned, that accessory structure provision states that accessory structures shall not be in front of the building, between the front property line and the building. The next finding is that granting the application will not be detrimental or injurious to property or improvements in the vicinity of the development site or to the public health, safety, or general welfare. The existing lot would generally be, existing parking would generally be used as it is today. There would be no new bulk and mass that may contribute to privacy or view impairments. I should also note that the mixed use requirement for both residential and commercial parking at this site actually has no covered parking requirement. So the prior project would not have involved construction of covered parking. So it's very similar into the previous project, except for the uses on site. And then the third finding is that granting this application is consistent with the purposes of this ordinance and will not constitute a grant of special privilege inconsistent with limitations on other properties in the vicinity and in the same zoning district. I just mentioned this, commercial and mixed use do not have a covered parking requirement. And then I also note that nearby residential uses do not have covered parking. There are a couple of single family buildings on Davis Lane that do not have it, as well as some other mixed use sites. So in conclusion, staff recommends the zoning administrator approve the variance. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. I have one question. So the entire building will be converted to residential uses, so there will be no commercial uses left?
Correct.
Okay. On the resolution, which is on packet page 12. The standard condition number 1 says all development shall be constructed and maintained according to plans received by the planning office on April 12th. I wanted to understand that those plans were the same as Exhibit B, or if they were different.
Yes, these are the same plans, unless I'm mistaken, but it was intended that the exhibit are the plans.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Would the applicant like to make a presentation, or the owner?
The applicant is online here.
Okay.
Merritt Holly, if you can unmute Merritt, please. Or Merritt Palmentary, sorry.
Hi, this is Merritt Hawley. I'm calling from a different time zone, so I apologize if I'm speaking quietly. I just wanted to say that I'm available to answer any questions, and the property owner is also available in person to answer questions, and we appreciate all of staff's review of the project and are looking forward to hearing any comments.
Okay, thank you. I would like to open it up to public comments now. Jennifer, could you remind them how to unmute or how to raise their hand if they're on Zoom?
Yes, to provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. And to provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. I see no hands going up.
Okay, thank you. I will then close the public comments portion. And I would like to say that I read the staff report and the proposed resolution. And I also read the comment letter that we received by email. And I agree with staff's recommendation that the proposal is consistent with the general plan and the zoning ordinance, and it would not be detrimental to properties in the vicinity or any existing use nearby or in the city. I do have some modifications to the resolution. Let me get to that. Okay, so the finding number 1 in the resolution, there's a sentence that starts with the lot trapezoidal in shape. So I would like to add the lot is trapezoidal in shape. And I think that on finding number 2, the last sentence that says the existing parking lot would be used as it is used today by existing commercial office tenants. I think that it's confusing to say by existing commercial office tenants because there won't be any commercial office tenants once the project gets constructed. So I would like to change that to say the existing parking lot would be used I would probably just take that sentence out actually.
Okay.
So yeah, eliminate that sentence. And yeah, because of the site's shape and configuration, it is a hardship to the property, so it makes sense to approve the variance for the uncovered parking. I do want to clarify on condition of approval standard 1, that the plans received on April 12th are the same as Exhibit B. So maybe say 2 plans received by the planning office attached here to as Exhibit B on April 12th or something like that. And then standard condition 4D, the approval shall become effective on the 11th day after June 15th to allow for the 10-day appeal period required. With that, I approve the variance application. Thank you. Thanks the applicant and the owner for presenting this to us today and for staff. This decision is appealable to the Planning Commission within 10 days of today's meeting. on forms available at the planning office or online. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. So let's move on to item number 4 on the agenda, on the public hearing agenda. Consider 380 Foam Street, Suite A, use permit application UP 230077 for a massage establishment. Applicant Carrie Ruiz, owner Fee McGee LP, PCLH zoning district, commercial general plan land use designation, exempt from CEQA per Article 19, Section 15303, Class 3. Do we have a staff presentation?
Yes, again, this is Chris Schmidt, Senior Associate Planner. I am presenting this application on behalf of Matthew Bugger, who is on the call and may not be able to answer questions, but I certainly can try and would defer probably a lot of questions to our applicant here. But just to move on to the staff recommendation, the recommendation is to approve the use permit for a massage establishment. Just some background information. The address is 380 Foam Street. It contains a 2-story building, has a commercial general plan land use designation. It is zoned PCLH, which means the Lighthouse specific plan is the land use document for the site. And it's generally surrounded by commercial uses, as well as the city's Schultz Park Center is across the street there. So the proposed use is a massage establishment. The owner is Carrie Ruiz. The business would be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Sessions would be by appointment only. And the business would have 10 regular employees, though generally there would be fewer on site at any one time. And then staff did confirm that water is available for the proposed use with the Water Management District. And here we see the floor plan. There are 5 massage rooms, a couple of bathrooms. There's also kind of other spa uses, pedicure, manicure uses, and then a reception room. It's worth noting that the Lighthouse specific plan does not require additional parking when an existing building changes use, so there's no issue with parking here. Also that no existing use of land or structure shall be deemed to be non-conforming solely because of lack of off-street parking or loading facilities required. That's a zoning ordinance requirement. So in order to approve the use permit, the zoning administrator must make 3 findings. The first is that the proposed use is in accord with the objectives of the zoning ordinance and the purposes of the zone. The general plan designates the site as commercial, and the massage business is consistent with this land use. And then massage establishments are permitted in the Lighthouse specific plan with approval of a conditional use permit. Second finding is that the proposed project will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare of persons residing or working in or adjacent to the neighborhood of such use, and will not be detrimental to properties or improvements in the vicinity or the general welfare of the city due to the additional standards required for massage businesses. The business owner is required to obtain a separate massage establishment permit through the Monterey Police Department. And then the staff found that there are no impacts to the neighborhood because the business would operate within the existing building. In the vicinity, all adjacent tenants of the building and adjacent property are businesses, and nearby areas are zoned for varied uses. The specific plan itself is zoned for commercial and residential use. The closest residential properties are located approximately 100 feet away from the use across Drake Avenue and Home Street, of which would not be affected by the proposed use. The third finding is that the proposed use will comply with any specific condition as listed in the conditions of approval. So staff's recommendation is to approve the use permit with conditions of approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I don't have any questions. I'm wondering if the applicant or the owner would like to speak.
And I do know that the applicant does have their own presentation, and I can pull that up.
And there is a hand raised online. Is Carrie Ruiz the applicant for this? Looks like yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I can allow them to speak. And Chris, if you can share that presentation.
Hello, good afternoon. Sorry, there might be a little delay. I just made a quick presentation for everyone here. I know we're up for the massage establishment permit, but I just wanted to go over and just let everyone, let you know that this is not just a massage establishment. We are a full boutique day spa. So we handle everything, including nails, pedicures, body treatments, skincare. We carry the best of the best ingredients. We try to make sure that I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, but that our establishment is run with respect, integrity, and professionalism at all times. So we have more than enough space for parking. We've never had an issue with any being in the area, although we have a strong local following and local support, as well as we also help with the local community and offer services to many charities within the peninsula. So feel free to look at the slideshow that I created, and also it also has a few pictures of not only the staff but also of the establishment itself. So if you want me to read it to you, it just says that Monterey Day Spa is dedicated to delivering effective, efficient, respectful therapeutic spa services with integrity using both proven and innovative methods. Our vision is to make MDS the place of choice for spa and wellness. Founded in 2013, Monterey Day Spa is dedicated to providing exceptional wellness experience and personalized care to all of our clients. Our primary focus is providing therapeutic skin and body treatments to promote healing, rest, and recovery. Monterey Day Spa goes above and beyond to ensure that our guests feel truly cherished and valued throughout our entire experience. From the moment you arrive until the moment you leave, expect nothing less than the utmost care and attention. We take pride in our customers' experiences and are truly grateful for our loyal customers, many of which have been with MDS since its inception. Seeing generations of families come in each month is an honor and shows MDS is not an average business, but a place clients can feel comfortable and relaxed. Our menu has been curated to ensure the best results are achieved, from organic massage oil to medical grade skincare. We make certain our product lines have not been tested on animals and are environmentally sustainable. Our services range from nail services, skin and body. And then I put on there the nail services, skin services. These are all the product lines that we use that are also carried at some of the highest end spas, such as the Ritz and also at Pebble. And we do take pride in everything that we have. So like I said earlier, being a staple in the Monterey Peninsula, MDS does give its best back to the community whenever possible. We have donated our services to many local nonprofit organizations, and we also work proudly with the San Francisco 49ers Foundation for the past 3 years to help them, which is the largest charity in the NFL. So we also work closely with other businesses in the area, such as the Spa in the Plaza that also often refers us to clients, and larger spas such as Pebble and Refuge that refers clients when they're at capacity, which to me, it's just an honor just to know that we're such a small, independent place, but it shows that they respect us as what we do in our industry.
Okay, thank you. I do have some questions for you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Are you, so is your business open at 380 Foam Street?
Correct. So we do aesthetics and manicures and pedicures, yes.
Oh, but you haven't done any massage therapy
So
there?
we did prior, but when we were notified that we had to get an establishment permit.
Oh, okay, so you were notified and that's why you applied.
That's why I'm applying, yes.
Okay. And do your massage therapists have licenses?
Oh, absolutely. So everybody is required to be CAMTC certified and licensed, which is licensed through State of California.
Okay, thank you.
And they're not there's a difference between a therapist and being a practitioner. So all of mine are licensed therapists with over 500 hours.
Okay, thank you. Is the owner online?
You're speaking with the owner.
Oh, no, I mean, sorry, the property owner.
Oh, Cannery Row Company? No.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to open it up for public comments now. Do we have anyone online or who would like to unmute and speak?
Just a reminder to join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864, then enter the webinar ID 160-666-5889. You can also join the Zoom meeting from a computer or phone using the link or phone numbers on the agenda posted at isearchmonterey.org. In case you're already in Zoom, to provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. To provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. No hands are going up, online or in person.
Okay, thank you. I will close public comments then. And I believe that the applicant has met all the zoning ordinance requirements to apply for a massage establishment. And so I agree with staff's recommendation. The proposed massage establishment is consistent with the general plan and zoning ordinance and the purposes of the Lighthouse specific plan. The use would not be detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare. The massage establishment would be contained within an existing commercial building, and no additional parking is required. The hours of operation are appropriate. And so with some changes to the resolution, I am inclined to approve the use permit. I just had just one or two changes. So the fourth whereas statement on the resolution should say City Code Section 38-205. And then the CEQA determination, because it is an existing building and there would be no new construction, the CEQA citation should be Section 15301, Class 1. So that needs to change on that fifth whereas statement. And with that, I approve the use permit. This action is appealable to the Planning Commission within 10 days of today's date on forms available at the planning office or online. Congratulations. I forgot. Ms. Reese, congratulations and good luck. With that, that's the end of our meeting. So I will close the zoning administrator hearing at 3:35 p.m. Thank you.